Hey, welcome to another episode of Vinny the Axe. So today on the bench we have a 1991 Les Paul Studio. And this thing is, I would say for its age, probably a 9.8 out of 10, maybe. I don't know. I mean, for how old it is, it looks fantastic. It came in for a string change, setup, cleanup, and fret polish. And then we'll get it set up and playing real good, and we'll go from there. So first things I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the strings, set the tailpiece aside, and then I'm going to get to work on the frets and get those cleaned up first before I do anything else. I want to get the fretboard cleaned up, get the wood looking decent, and then get the frets polished. And I'm going to do it all by hand like I normally do. And so we'll just take these strings off, and then we're just going to go from there. I am probably going to speed some of this up from time to time just to kind of not bore the hell out of anybody. So, don't know how old the strings are, but the owner gave me a set of D'Addarios. It looks like probably 10 to 46. That's what it looks like. So, we'll go from there. And we'll see how this goes. I'm going to bring the camera down a little bit so you don't have to look at my face and you can look at the guitar. There we go. I love white when it ages and it starts to turn yellow. I don't know if it'll show up here in the footage because of the LED lighting, but it's got that yellowing effect going on. It's not totally there yet, but it's damn near close. I mean, it's perfect, really. I love that. Really nice. Everything's in really good shape on this guitar, which is really cool. So we got our work cut out for us on these. So what we're going to do is we're going to start working on this. Did do some upgrades here for you guys. I don't have the cameras on the bench anymore, so when I'm scrubbing on this, everything's not shaking. You're not getting like a seizure. All right. Let's see what we're going to do here. First things first. Grab one of my fret erasers and let's see how this does. Big fan of Gorgamite. I wish it was still around. It's annoying that it's not. These frets are in really good shape. I mean, like, they still have their crown on them. Like, beautiful. I like to use a fret eraser to get some of the grime off the fret itself, and then I use the next medium. Although I don't think this is all that in a bag of chips, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think the Gorgamite's the way to go. This is the new stuff from D'Addario, this like dryer sheet garbage. Not a big fan. It feels like a dryer sheet. I should actually do that. I should go get a damn dryer sheet out of the laundry room and try a dryer sheet and see what it does compared to this. It feels like the same shit. This stuff sucks. Alright. We are going to break out the last of the Gorgamite. I'm going to cry. That's all I have left. All I have left is that little piece. It's like gold. You don't really need much, which is a good thing. Just save this for a special occasion. When my daughter gets married, I'll give her that. It's a joke. Okay, let's see here. This stuff is awesome. Yep, look at that. Fantastic. If I had the know-how and the money, I would buy that company and do something about it. I mean, the fret eraser does help. Like I said, it takes some of the stuff, initial stuff off. Because this, it's not super abrasive, but whatever chemical is on here really cleans these things. I mean, you could already see the difference here. I mean, between those three and the rest. What a difference. If anybody out there is watching this and there's a substitute for this thing, I know there's another kind of polishing cloth, miracle cloth or something. People say it's the same thing. I haven't bought it yet. I'm actually going to buy one today. I want to see if it is the same thing. Everybody says it's the same thing. I don't know. But I can tell you the Diodario dryer sheet is not happening. Unless I got a pack of dud stuff, I don't think it's very good. Alright, so we're going to use I like to use Old English to clean up the board. Maybe the dryer sheet thing, this Diodario stuff might actually work for scrubbing the board. So for the final stage of this, again, not endorsed or anything, but I love this Dr. Duck's Axe Wax. This stuff is pretty cool. A little bit goes a long way. I'll just put my fingertip in one of the rags here. Just put a little bit on there, several drops, and then I'm just going to do this across. And you'll see that it just instantly covers. I think I could probably get away with the whole board with that, just those few drops. Especially with the ebony, the grain is not as porous as like rosewood. There we go. Look at that. Totally coated the whole thing. They say you could use this to polish the guitar and stuff like that. I don't know. Although I know it's not abrasive, so maybe because you don't want to take the gold tint off. I'll try it on this. Look at this. Super nice. Look at that. Totally clean the pickups up. without running the risk of taking the finish off the gold. And this is like an all-natural thing. It says it contains no wax, abrasive, silicone, synthetics, no acids. So what is it made out of? No idea. But it says do not drink. That's cool. Will not stain clothes. That's true. This will not stain clothes. How do I know that? I opened one of these, popped the top, and it had air built in and squirted all over the couch that I had in here one time, and I freaked out, and you know what? It dried and it never saw, you know, we dabbed it up, but it never left anything. It was really weird. It doesn't say, but I guess it's just not bad for the guitar, so that's cool. I haven't used it as a polish because I think it's very oily, so I'm not going to do that, but at least for the pickups, cleaning that. Look at that. That worked out pretty good. I mean, for gold, that's gold-plated hardware that's several decades old. Like there's something sticky on here. Could probably get it off. Gotta be careful with gold sometimes, especially the plating, especially when it's this old. But yeah, man, that looks great. That worked out nice. Yeah, you could see that it's, I mean, it's tarnished, but I mean, that's what adds to the character of it. All right, so now I let this set on here for a little bit, the Axe wax, and now I'm just gonna buff it off. Okay, so we're back. I got it strung, and now I'm just going through the tuning, stretching the strings a little bit before I do anything, make any other adjustments. I don't like normally tuning a guitar when it's flat on the bench, but I just try to get it in the zone. Because if you ever tuned it flat on the bench and then put it in the playing position and check the tuning, it would be off. Same thing when you're setting the intonation. I always do it on my lap or up, you know, in the playing position on the bench instead of trying to do it flat. So we got, Christ, 6/64. Jesus, I'm gonna try to get it down to 4 3/64 on the bass side, 3/64 on the, yeah, we're at 4/64 on the treble side, 6/64 on the bass side. So we're gonna bring that down a little bit. And I'm probably going to have to leave some tension off this. Still got a little bit of relief, which is good. All right, let's see what we got going on now. Much better. I don't normally, let me bring this camera up a little bit, see. I don't normally use gauges. A lot of people like to use gauges. I don't use gauges anymore. People go like, well, the factory spec is this, and I'm going to gauge it to that. But I find every guitar is different, and after a while, you get a kind of a feel for it. So even though I know that looked a little shy of 4/64ths, I usually on a Les Paul, 4/64ths on the bass side, 3/64ths on the treble side. I'm usually pretty happy with that. That's like a zone, but that's not like a hard fast rule. Some people like their stuff slammed and the neck so straight that they can get a lower action even with a lot of buzz, so they can do a lot more trickery on the guitar. But I go by the feel, and especially when I'm playing in that cowboy chord positions up here, like how the strings are oscillating and ringing out. So I think sounds nice, and there's no rattle or anything, and I can hear the string still ringing out. Yeah, that sounds really good. So I need to get this on the actual amp and play it, so I'm going to show you guys that in a little bit. But as of right now, everything's looking good. I'm going to set the intonation and make sure that that's right. It sounds on to me, so I might not have to move it very much. But I want the strings to kind of settle in first, so they're not stretching so much. This way, when I dial in the tune, I can get the tune at the 12th fret in the intonation on point. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to fast forward a lot of this, obviously, because some of it's boring. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go play it for a little bit, get some of the stretching of the strings out of the way, and then check the intonation. Truss rod doesn't look like I have to move, actually. It's got just a little bit of relief in there, which is nice. And we'll see in a bit. We'll see how it sounds. All right. Well, the guitar turned out really awesome. I'm really pleased with the way it cleaned up. I mean, the thing is in amazing shape. It's got a couple little marks here and there, but like I said in the beginning of the video, the thing's in, like, I don't know, I would give it a 9 out of 10 condition for, you know, how old it is. I mean, there's lacquer cracking and stuff like that, but I mean, you know, it's turning the right color. You know what I mean? It just plays and sounds awesome. So anyway, if you like what you see here, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe button, all that crap at the bottom. It does help the YouTube algorithm to send out the channel. It does push the channel out to people who haven't seen it before. You get notified of anything coming up in the future, and it doesn't cost you anything, and I greatly appreciate it. Anyway, thanks for watching Vinny the Axe. Take it easy.